Back to part 2. I am Mike, also known as Red Miner, and this is Red's How To Mods. Part 2, Buildcraft. This is the chute. The chute is actually one of the very first hoppers. I was actually in Minecraft. It was before the hoppers were actually implemented with hoppers. There's other mods that probably had hoppers in them. And as my Mojang does its stuff, a lot of times they take from mods. The horses are a mod from a mod. Hoppers and pistons were also mods. So a chute simple recipe is actually just like a normal hopper recipe, except for you move the chest up one and you add a stone gear. The thing about the hopper is different from a chute than a normal hopper is that it holds 4 items in a configuration like this. It's a stack of 64. And this will implement into any of the Buildcraft items and any other item that can use a hopper or a chute system. And chutes can be stacked on top of one another and fill into it as well. And next item up is a landmark, which is needed for building and also needed for the quarry system, and the filler as well. So the lapis lazuli and a redstone torch makes you 1 landmark. You usually need either. People say 3, some say 4. I usually use 4, but I think you can probably use 3 when you're using quarry system or a filler. So I usually use 4, just makes it easier on myself. Next item up is a path marker, and it's cactus green and redstone torch, and this will help you line up a path. You can use it to, I believe, line a path up. You attach some redstone to it, and it should work. You can also do redstone switch or lever to the landmark as well. Next item up is a construction mark, and it's gold gear and redstone torch, and I believe this goes with the blueprint stuff, so where you can set up a construction zone. Next item up on the list is the Buildcraft's wrench, and you need an iron ingot, 3 iron ingots, and a stone gear. This is what you'll use to remove piping and move items around. I believe mods a lot nowadays are more cross-compatible, so if you have other mods that have wrenches in them, I believe that these wrenches can be interchanged one or another. If not, it's a very simple recipe. You can just build it yourself. But if you just have this alone on a standard Minecraft world, then yeah, you're going to need to make this. Next item up is the map location. It is paper and a dandelion yellow, and I believe that is for the zone planner. And we'll continue on. The next item up on the list is a list, and it is green, and a piece of green and 8 paper, and this is obviously more Buildcraft stuff. Now into the gears. This is tier 1 gear. It just sticks, gives you 1 wooden gear. Tier 2 is cobblestone, so you'll need a gear in the middle and a cobblestone surrounding it to make a stone gear. For tier 3, you'll need a cobblestone or stone gear in the middle and iron to make an iron gear. For tier 4, which is gold, you'll need an iron gear and gold. Tier 5, which is the last tier, is the gold gear and diamonds. So when you're starting to build a quarry, this is a bit expensive, hence why the quarry is more of a late tiered game, but it, for what it does, is pretty good if it's the only mod you have to make more. To make a pipe sealant, you'll need a cactus green, and I'll get into pipe sealant when we get into the pipe sections, which is right there. Next item up is a template. It is black and paper, and I believe templates are used for other things as well in the Buildcraft. I prefer to let you explore. That's just me. Blueprints, which are needed for the blueprints for the architect table and a blueprint library, and to make crafting as well. It is again 8 and a piece of lapis lazuli for 1 blueprint. For a robot, you'll need an iron ingot, a redstone crystal, and diamond chipsets. I'll get into diamond chipsets in a bit. The redstone crystal is a question to me. I have searched everywhere for it. If you are a Buildcraft fanatic and you know how to make the redstone chipset, please leave it in the comments down below. As I said, I've looked across a whole ton of wikis and I couldn't find it. So that is something that is a question, and it's not even in here. I'm clicking on it. Chi-Chi. And if you U over it, it just shows you the Rubit recipe. There is no back dating to it. Next item up on the list is a redstone board, and you need paper and redstone. And then we'll go into the robots. This is the programming board that needed for the robots, which I believe goes into the programming chipset, programming set over there. Again, robots aren't really talked about. I believe robots are new implementation into Buildcraft, and again, not very many people are using them because they're more using Computercraft. Because Computercraft is a very simple mod base, especially if you know Lua, which is how to write in Computercraft, which I don't. So when I cover I'll cover Computercraft, but it's mostly going to be very simplistic things and maybe a few. Yeah, we'll go from there. Next item is a docking station, which is, I believe, for the Rubit, and it's iron ingots and a gold chipset. And to do the red pipe wire, you'll need an assembly table, redstone, rose red, redstone, and iron ingots, which will give you 8, and you'll also need lasers. These are N-tier items, so keep that in mind. Blue, you'll need redstone, lapis lazuli, iron, assembly table gives you 8. Obviously green and yellow, kind of all the same recipe. You'll need the assembly table. Next item up is the basic gate. In the assembly table, you need a redstone chipset and a redstone pipe wire, and assembly table, which will make you 1 basic gate. Next up is the AND/OR gate, the iron AND/OR gate, and this was a complete confusion because the wiki didn't really explain it, and the wiki is incorrect. So again, it's kind of hard to help you guys when the wiki is totally incorrect. So if you look down at the bottom, to help you out, you'll need an iron chipset, red and blue. It actually tells you what wiring you'll need and an assembly table. I didn't catch on to that until I actually played around with the assembly table some more. And an iron OR gates. The iron AND gates or the AND or OR gates are the same recipe. You just decide which one you want to make. Same thing with gold, same thing with diamond, same thing with emerald, same thing with quartz. Just the recipes are different. For the gold and OR gate, you need red, blue, and green, and obviously the golden chipset. The same thing applies for the AND gate. The diamond, you'll need red, blue, green, and yellow, and obviously a diamond chipset, an assembly table, which will make you an AND or an OR gate. The emerald, you need an emerald chipset. You'll also need the red, blue, green, and yellow, which will make you an AND gate or an OR gate. The quartz gate is completely different. You need the RBG, which is red, blue, green, which will make you 1 AND gate or 1 OR gate. Plus, you need the quartz chipset as well. And I'll explain what that is at the end. That will take us to the second mod. So we'll get onto that a while from now. Next item up is a pipe plug. To make a pipe plug, you need 1 cobblestone structure pipe, which I'll explain later, and an assembly table equals to 1 pipe plug. For redstone chipset, you just need redstone and an assembly table. For an iron chipset, is an iron and redstone and assembly table. Gold is the same, just a gold ingot and redstone. Diamond and redstone. Pulsating is ender pearl and a redstone. A quartz and redstone. This one is a bit different. You need a comparator and a redstone and an assembly table. The emerald is an emerald and redstone and assembly table. This is a gate cropper. You need a redstone and a wrench and an assembly table, and that is all the assembly table stuff. These take different amounts of times. It all depends on how many lasers you're working on the project with. The more lasers you have, the more faster it goes. Next item up are the pipes. So we have pipes. I'm going to clear out my inventory. The pipes. This is the way you move items around. The pipes are also a very simple recipe. For a wooden transport pipe, which is what you need to attach to something. If you're taking something out of a chest, you'll need this to be on the chest first. If you're taking something out of a machine, this needs to be on the machine first. And if you're taking something out of a tank, this needs to be on the tank first. you need any wood planks and a piece of glass gives you 8 wood transport pipes. The next item up is an emerald transport pipe. This makes a round robin, which will bring things around in a circular motion. Again, that is a emerald, 2 emeralds, and glass. Cobblestone is a basic pipe with high drag, won't connect to stone or quartz, which is kind of cool. So if you're running 2 pipes side by side, you can actually run this next to a stone and they won't connect. Unless, which we'll get to later, a sandstone pipe. Again, this is 2 cobblestone and a piece of glass gives you 8. Stone pipes, stone obviously, piece of glass, and basic pipe again, has medium drag, which slows down items, which that's what it means by drag. It slows the items going through it, and it won't connect to cobblestone or quartz. Cobblestone quartz is a low drag. It won't connect to the other 2, and you need blocks instead of actually pieces of quartz and a piece of glass. I actually learned that when I was trying to make this. I don't really use this stuff. I use a basic pipe and go with a lot of gold. Iron pipes are routed items. Means you can route specific items through these pipes. And it's an iron ingot, 2 iron ingots, and a piece of glass. Gold speeds up items, and it's 2 pieces of gold and a piece of glass in the middle. This is what you'll use to speed up your items. So if your item's in a train, so you're pulling something out of the quarry down below, and you're up near the top of a mountain, and this is what you'll use intermediately to speed up items. You'll need to use less distance depending on the piping. So you'll probably need to use, this is, I believe, 19, and then this like 39, and this is the top one. So it depends on how space it is. So you'll have to check that out yourself. Next item up is the diamond transport pipe. It sorts your items for you, and it's 2 pieces of diamond and glass, and exactly does what it does. There's a item filter in here. You can filter the items out. Next item is the obsidian. It sucks up items. So if you actually have, let's kind of demonstrate here a little bit. If you have a obsidian pipe down at the bottom and you clear out an area, I need a bit of water. I've actually caught this. This is kind of an old trick. I believe it still works. So what you do is you take your pipe in one corner, and then you have your water kind of flowing into it. And you can, let's see here, get some more piping. Little field trip here, folks. We'll put some quartz there, and we'll attach a quartz pipe to it. And we'll go like this, and we'll put a chest in. And I believe it connects. Yes, you only need a wooden pipe here if you're pulling out of the chest. And we'll just take some of these spawn-egged blocks, and if we just drop them into the thing and let it flow down, I believe it didn't do that. It should actually just float right into the pipe and be sucked up. It's supposed to suck up items. I might have the water configuration a bit wrong, but it's supposed to suck the items in and transport them into a pipe. That's the principle of it. I am probably doing the example poorly, but that's okay. Next item up on the list is a lazuli transport pipe. It is 2 lapis lazuli blocks and a piece of glass, and what this does, it paints your items. And I'll get to what painting items mean in the next block here. In the Dazul transport pipe, you need a lapis lazuli, a piece of glass, and a diamond, and this will route your painted items. So whatever you use this to paint the items, whatever the paint as in invisible paint that picks up by pipes, this will allow you to route them in specific areas. This is the sandstone pipe. This is a pipe that is used to connect your quartz, stone, and cobblestone pipes if you need to do so. This is the void pipe, and exactly what it sounds like. It's a redstone and ink sac, oddly enough, and a piece of glass, and it destroys items. So this would be something if you're coring out a big area and you don't want too much cobblestone for whatever reason, you stick this on the end of your quarry, and then make sure you have an item filter to it, a diamond pipe, because if not, it'll destroy everything and you'll lose out of everything that you pull out of the quarry. Next up is an Emazul transport pipe, a gate controlled extraction pipe, and it's diamond, it's emerald and a lapis, and you can actually put in pipe So whatever color you painted with this is only going through the green. Next up is a stripes transport pipe, and it is gold and gold gears and a piece of glass. I have not a freaking clue what this does. It's not explained. It just looks cool. And last is a clay insertion pipe. It's to insert into the pipe. And I have to go. And this is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. I do apologize for any Skype noise you've heard, but I have other things I need to do. Got to go. Bye-bye.